Hey warriors, I hope you guys are having a wonderful Tuesday so far. I am feeling much better knowing that I'm going to be more consistent with a time going live, because I always did it at least once a week. And I don't know why. I guess everybody else that I know in this industry, they're always going live on a Friday or something, and I'm like, I have to go live on a Friday, and I'm like, no, I can do whatever I want. So I'm going live on Tuesdays because Tuesday is not a very busy day for me. So I'm like, that makes a lot more sense for me to just do that. So I'm excited to be here with you guys. I hope you guys are excited for today's training, which I'm going to be sharing the 3 steps that help me resolve some money trauma and or some trauma around money, I guess I should say, and help me to create abundance and money flowing into my life. So, with that being said, I hope you guys are excited to learn a little bit more about that. And hopefully this is a hot topic for you guys, and this seems like something that would be beneficial for you all who can join. Whether you're joining me live or you're watching the replay, drop a comment, say hey, let me know you're here. Facebook doesn't show me comments sometimes, but I still love to know that you're here and want to be able to chat with you guys. Hopefully I will see your comments so I can chat with you guys if you're live with me. So like I said, drop a comment, say hey, let me know you're here. Replay or live, either way. So the first step to becoming a money machine, okay? Number 1, it has to do with our self-worth, okay? So our self-worth is connected, in my opinion, to our net worth, okay? So if we don't believe we are worthy of good things, if we don't believe that we're capable, if we don't believe that we have anything to offer the world or others or even ourselves, if we're too afraid of failure, if we are fearing disappointment, if we're afraid that we will disappoint ourselves or disappoint others if we even put ourselves out there or try, this is a story around us, around ourselves and what we are worth. So step number 1 is we have to believe in ourselves. We have to believe that we are worthy of good things, that we're worthy of abundant experiences, that we're worthy of them to begin with. So we have to be honest with ourselves. We might feel conflicted too. Here's the thing with beliefs. There could be a conflict. There could be a part of you that believes you're awesome, you're worthy, you have so much to offer, you are whatever, right? You have these this voice in your head that might hype you up, but then there might be a second voice that follows that with, no, but you're probably going to fail, you suck. Remember what your 2nd grade teacher told you, or your mom, or whatever, that you're going to be homeless, that you'll fail, that your dreams are stupid, that you're not really interesting, you're not creative, you're bad at what you do, right? This critic shows up, and then you're like, I'm just going to sit back down, and I'm not going to take any action or move forward in what I want to do, right? So step number 1 is to feed that voice that is like, I can do more, I can practice, I can get the capabilities, I can do what I want to do, right? Believe in ourselves. That's step 1. We've got to put that inner critic in the back. We've got to kind of not allow ourselves to fall victim of that inner critic, of whether it's our own voice or if it's a voice of the people that we've been surrounded by our entire life that may have told us we couldn't do it, or that we will fail, or that we're not good enough. Whatever it is that really kind of crushed our self-worth just a little bit, right? So we have to look for evidence. We have to look for the evidence in why the voice that tells you you can is right. We have to look for the evidence. For example, this is a wonderful analogy. This is something that really helped me on my own creative career journey. Is everybody who is a master of whatever art they are performing was first a mess. Okay? If they got really good at making videos, if they got really good at doing whatever it is that they were doing, they first sucked really hard at it. They were nervous, they messed up, they failed over and over and over again, but they kept going, and that's what made them a master. They kept practicing and practicing and failing and finding new ways to do it and getting better at it, right? So We have to find the evidence. Look at the people you look up to. Look, especially if you've got a creative passion or something that you want to do that you know you could make a lot of money doing, right? But you don't because you're afraid to fail, or somebody told you it wasn't good enough, or whatever the case may be, right? Look at the people in that industry and do some digging, right? Go back, like if they're on YouTube or TikTok or wherever, right? Go back to their very, very, very first video ever and compare it to the videos that they've got now that are getting maybe millions of views or whatever, right? The first one's probably not that good and only got 100 or less, right? So just do, like, you have to start somewhere. So how can you feed that voice of believing in yourself, number one, and just start? Just start, and how can you find fun in the process of making the mistakes and getting back up? And that goes back, that's a deep root of self-worth too. It's like not getting to a place where you can fail and make mistakes without really caring what everybody else thinks. A tip that really helped me with that was, especially if you're doing something on the internet, everybody forgets by the next day. The 24-hour news system is a blessing and a curse, okay? If you don't make an impression in the first 24 hours, you're yesterday's news and nobody will remember you. So guess what? You have every 24 hours to keep going and try again, okay? Like, when I first started coaching, I had no idea what I was supposed to be talking about. Even though I had already done what I had done and I went to school, I was like, but they don't tell you. They don't tell you who your people are. They don't tell you what you're going to teach. They don't tell you how you're going to help people, right? So I'm sitting here like, I guess I'm going to help people lose weight. I don't really know. And that's not what, like, I transformed my life out of trauma. I healed a lot of trauma to get where I'm at. And I didn't think that that was a niche, because they don't teach that niche in life coach school, right? They don't teach you to heal trauma. They teach you how to take care of yourself and, like, your finances and life things, right? And I'm just like, yeah, I'm pretty good at all this. I've done it all. I've lost weight. I'm really good at budgeting. I'm really good at all these things. So I guess that's what I'll teach. And then it just didn't cross my mind, like, hey, you're here because you survived a lot of trauma and you have tools to help others do the same, right? So sometimes it just takes time and practice and failing and making a mistake or whatever to kind of get through the process of figuring out what is your thing. What is the thing that you're really, really good at? And sometimes you have to start in, like, a general sense and work your way down. So hopefully this is making sense. Step number 1, believe in yourself. Step number 2, believe in money. Be kind to it, okay? Do you feel like everything, hey, Melissa, I'm seeing your comment. Yay, I don't know how many comments there are. I don't know if you guys have been commenting this whole time. But hey, Melissa, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad for everybody here checking in. Say hey, drop a comment. Let me know if everything's making sense so far. Step 1 out of 3 is believe in yourself. Step 2 is to believe in money and be kind to it. Do you believe that everything is too expensive? Do you believe you can't afford it? Do you believe that you'll never have enough money for the things that you want in life? Do you find yourself complaining about money or arguing about money with everyone, or it's like the biggest problem in your life, right? Is money a problem, right? Is that how you feel about money? Is that how you treat money? Do you treat money like it is a problem? Do you get stressed? How do you feel when you think about money? How do you feel? If you are feeling stressed or annoyed or angry, like you're in a toxic relationship with money and money is abusing you, it's taking you for everything you've got, right? So if that is the frequency we have towards money, money doesn't really want anything to do with that. Money is a tool. Money is energy. Everything is energy. Animate objects and inanimate objects. This box of tarot cards, this water bottle, everything has energy to it. And everything has a vibration to it, okay? So if we are treating things poorly, or if we're mad at them, or if we have like a really rigid or chaotic energy or vibe towards something, then what happens is we are pushing these things away from us, or we're causing a flow that is not a flow that we want to be a part of, right? So we are only noticing what we're not happy with. We're noticing what we're not, what we can't afford or what we think we can't afford. Instead, we need to shift our frequency, because our frequency is also according to the law of attraction, okay? If we are complaining about money, I'm unemployed, I'm so thankful to not have to go without. Bless. Yes, yes, Melissa, yes, yes, I'm so glad that you are able to do what you can do even though you're not working. That's a wonderful thing. Yes. So, yes, that's another thing. Be very grateful. Be grateful for the money you do have. And money, guess what? Money comes in all forms. The phone that you're on costs money. The bills in your house to keep your electricity on, your water running, it's money. Okay, money is surrounding you. You are surrounded by money. Money is something that is always in your life, and it always has been, okay? The car, the gas, the house, the clothes on your back, in your closet, anything that you own costs money, and you have so much of it around your life. You know, maybe not like so much, but like you have a lot. If you've got a phone and you've got internet and you've got basic essentials, you've got a lot. You've got way more than a lot of other people, especially in third world countries. They are walking around, they have no shoes on right now, and they have no clothes. So you have way more than a lot of people. Okay, I think a lot of us here in America, we forget about how blessed we actually are. So how can we be kind to money? And instead of feeling like, oh my God, that's so expensive, or oh my God, I can't afford it, or feeling like angry or frustrated towards money, how can we find the value? Hey, Marcy, so glad you're here. How can we find the value and the cost, right? If something that we want is expensive, or we think it's expensive, right? How can we look at it and say, you know what? I haven't received the money just yet, right? Be careful with your words. Be careful with how you talk about the money, right? Oh, I can't afford that. And you just like shove it off. If there's something that you really want, how can we look at it like, oh, I haven't received the money just yet, but if that's meant for me, it will be mine. And just see the value in it, right? See the value. If it's worth it to you? So here's the thing too. If there's something you want to invest in, this goes back to self-worth. If you do not feel worthy enough to invest in yourself to get it, that's a self-worth thing. That is, if there's something you want and you think it's too expensive and you write it off, it's a self-worth thing, because we're like, oh, I'm not worthy enough to invest this kind of money for myself, right? Unable at this time is what I say. Yeah, Melissa, that's good. Yeah, unable at this time, because you're not shutting it down. You're like, I can't afford this. This is too expensive. I'm done. Like, nope, I'm not even going to think about investing that kind of money in myself, whether it's a new car or whatever it is that you want, whatever, like a piece of jewelry, whatever, anything that you see and you're like, oh my God, this would make my life so much easier, or I would really enjoy this, or this would make my life, better in some sort of way. And then we see the price. How are we reacting, right? What's our frequency? Are we attracting it to us? Do we feel deserving of it? Or are we shutting it down and saying, nope, that would never happen for me. Nope, that's not for me. And then we're getting mad at the person or the thing that created the product, right? Because we don't feel worthy enough to invest in ourselves to get it, right? Or to work hard enough to do it, right? Whatever it is, we don't feel worthy enough to work hard or enough to do it because we might be afraid that we're going to fail, or whatever the case is, right? It's all goes back to how worthy we feel and how much we believe in ourselves to do the thing that we need to do to get it, right? So, be grateful for money. Be kind to money. See money differently. If it's meant for me, it's coming to me. I see the value in these things, and I see the value in myself. And if this is supposed to be in my life, I want it. Just putting it out there into the universe. I want this. I think this would be really good for me. Now, universe, show me if it is. Show me the money to be able to do it, right? So we align our frequency. We stay calm. We stay in this frequency of hopefulness. We stay in this frequency of believing in ourselves and believing that what's meant for us will come straight to us, right? And then the third and final step is be money conscious. Be in the flow of money, right? Spend money and make money. Make money and spend it, right? Be in the flow, okay? Here's the thing. I used to think that money I used to be so scared to spend money. I would hoard my money. I would literally save every penny. I would be so cheap. I would not allow myself to spend like on the healthy food. I would buy the cheap food, whatever the case may be, right? I would be super cheap with my money and I would not spend it. So I was very afraid. I was like holding on to my money like it was going to go away, okay? And I never really had that. Like I never had much. Like, and it was hard for me to save my money when I was acting that way. So you might have that similar problem where you hoard money and you're very afraid to spend it or to be in the flow of it because it might feel like every time you spend it, do you say things like, oh, well, there just went $20 down the drain? Or does it feel like you just burned $100 if you spent it on something or whatever? Right? Like if you spend $100 on something and you feel like you've lost it or it's wasted, right? So do you have this concept that money just disappears or is burned or goes away, right? The truth is money is infinite. Money is being created all day, every single day. So when you are making money and spending money, you are in the flow of money, right? So when you spend money, instead of seeing it like, oh, I'm burning it or whatever, you're in the flow, right? What you put out to the world, you're paying. Like for example, do you pay to have your yard mowed? You're paying somebody to feed their kids, so you're in flow of money, and that money will come back to you. It's karma, right? So it's energy, it's karma. So you're putting out that karma of money flow, and you're bringing it in. That being said, what are you spending your money on? Are you more of a person that spends money too much? Like, are we shopping too much? Are we excessive with our money? Do we have a lot of things that are draining our money? Do we not have very good boundaries with ourselves and maybe give money away to people like our friends? Like it's really hard for us to say no, so we give so much money away just because maybe we make a little bit, we have a decent job, or maybe we don't have a decent job, but we just feel like, oh my God, I have $20 extra this week, and then my friend needed it, so I gave it to her, and now I have nothing, right? So are we giving money away? Are we spending too much money on like fast food, coffee, habits that we're not really happy with, maybe gambling, shopping, smoking, whatever it is, right? Anything that we might want to change or overcome, any bad habits, right? So what are our money drains? What's draining our money? What's causing our money to not stay? Why are we not holding on to our money? Again, it goes back to originally we don't believe that we deserve it, right? So, and then, or we have a bad relationship with money. We don't believe in money. We're like, money makes me mad. Money is the problem, and I don't even want to like think about money. So sometimes as soon as we get it, we spend it. And it's like a subconscious thing of we don't want to think about money. We don't want to have money. We don't know how to hold it. It just really stresses us out. We feel like we don't have enough of it. So whatever. Let's just be crazy with it, right? So how can we be more money conscious, right? Be more aware of how we're spending money. Can we cook more at home? Can we create a savings account? Can we budget to save money every week with our paycheck? Can we have coffee at home? Is there anything that we can do to budget for those habits or make those habits like a gift instead? Like instead of it being like a regular thing, maybe shopping and gambling or smoking or whatever it is that might be taking a lot of money from you. How can we budget them or look at them like splurges, right? It goes from being like a daily thing or a weekly thing to a monthly thing or an every few days thing or something like that, right? How can we plug any drains that might be taking our money and we're just doing it unconsciously or because right, like for example, smoking. Like my mom, she wants to quit smoking. She's been smoking forever, and she stops and she starts and she stops and she starts, right? So what if we picked a new habit or a new hobby that might be better for us and it's a one-time purchase, and every time we want to smoke or go buy a pack of cigarettes, we have something else that we can use to kind of distract us. Like I stopped smoking, I didn't smoke cigarettes, but I smoked marijuana, and I was able to stop my marijuana habit because I started learning tarot cards. Every time I wanted to smoke, I would run to my tarot cards and I would learn. So I just replaced the habit, okay? So if there's that, you can do that with anything. So if you have a habit of shopping, if you have a habit that drains your money, pick something that you can do to change the habit that maybe is a one-time purchase or whatever it is that can help you to stop the habit, and then maybe just have the habit every once in a while, or if you want to cut it off all at once. That's up to you. Like, you get to decide if you want it to be done with, if it's a goal that you want to stop the habit, or if it's something that you just want to do less of so you can save more money, right? So, step 3, be money conscious. How can you save more money? What are the things that are draining your money, and how can you be more in flow with money? How can you be more comfortable with spending money? So when I say that, like, I would save every penny. Like, it would be hard for me. So, like, every once in a while, if I could go back to where I was when I was hoarding money, I would have said, let's not be so stressed. Let's buy this. Let's buy the thing. Let's invest in healthy and smart decisions, right? Make sure your investments are going to improve your life, right? So, for example, if you are wanting to do something creative, how can you invest in books that are going to help you learn how to do that thing? How can you invest in programs or schools or whatever it is to do that, right? What classes do you need to take? What do you need to do to invest in it? Get the credentials, get the capabilities. That's going to also help you believe in yourself. So when you invest in yourself, you learn how to believe in yourself just a little bit more each time you invest in yourself, okay? So step 1, believe in yourself. Step 2, believe in money. Be kind to it. Be nice to it, and don't allow yourself to look at it like the problem, right? It's actually the solution, okay? Money is the reason we can go to school. It's the reason we have the things that we have. So really, money is not the problem. It's the way we handle it, or the way that we feel about it. That is the thing that needs to change. Money doesn't need to change. Money's not the problem. People with money aren't the problem. It's how we handle it. It's how we feel about it, right? And then the final step is be money conscious. Be aware of how you spend your money, where you spend your money, and how you can kind of take a moment to budget, take a moment to see where you can save money at instead of spend money, right? Or any habits that you can change to reduce any amount of spending that you may be doing. These things will help. So, with all that being said, I hope all 3 of these tips help. I hope they make sense, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's training. If you guys want to be a part of this, I am going to do a 3-hour masterclass where I am going deep on all of these details. I'm going to show you how to transform those beliefs around money and yourself. So if you've got beliefs that things are too expensive, I can't afford it, I'm going to fail if I do what I want to do, right? All of these stories, if we've got any of these stories that are holding us back, I'm going to give you the step-by-step process on how we can transform those stories into something new, into the opposite, and actually believe it, and actually create that frequency so that we can have a manifestation mindset. The second part of the class is I'm going to teach all of the money draining tools that I have. So teaching you how to save money, how to decrease your outflow of money, and how to move forward in a way that's going to make you feel good so that you're increasing your money, you're holding on to your money in the way that you want to, and spending money in the way that you want to, and it feels right for you. So that's the second part of the class. And then by the end of the class, you're going to have an action step plan so that you can implement everything that you learn into your daily life, okay? So you're going to get homework to do so that you can implement the tools that you learn into your life. Because when you learn something, you're like 30% likely to remember it. If you learn it and you take notes, you're 70% likely. If you learn it, take notes, and then apply it, you are 100%, 90 to 100% likely to remember it and to continue it into your life, okay? So you get actions. You're going to get an action step plan to implement the tools that you learned during the class into your life. There will also be personal coaching for people who participate. So if you show up, if you attend the class, at the end of class, I'm going to go around the room and coach everybody and help them apply the tools in their own specific personal way. And the whole class is going to be recorded. So if you guys want to watch the class over and over again so you guys can keep implementing it if there's something that you missed, or if you just want to keep learning until it's real for you, you get the recording, you get to keep it. So it's $7.77 for this 3-hour masterclass. You get all of it. You get it recorded. You get to keep the recording. You get the coaching. You get everything that I just went over for $7.77. So that class is going to be Friday the 29th. And if you guys are interested and want to register for that class, comment the word money. Comment the word money here on this video, and I'll send you the link to register for the Money Trauma Healing Masterclass. Okay, we're going to increase our self-worth to increase our net worth. Okay, again, that's $7.77 for this 3-hour class, full of tools and detailed information with homework, action plans, and coaching. And it's all recorded, so you get to keep it for you forever. So, and there's 20 spots available since I am doing coaching, and it's going to be on Zoom. I can't do this here live because I'm going to do personal coaching, so it's going to be on Zoom. And there's 20 spots available, so comment the word money if you would like to come to this masterclass. All right, guys, well, I hope to see you at the masterclass, and I'll see you guys next week for whatever training that comes up then. And I hope that this was helpful, and I'll see you guys later.